I just showed you some of the indoctrination happening surrounding our current president. It is absolutely everywhere. If he's not doing it, someone else is doing it for him. I showed you the creepy Hollywood pledges, the chanting at the rallies, the hope poster, the NEA conference call where the administration is begging artists to push this president and his policies and this administration. Well, now we found that he's also in the classroom. It's always been there. Do you remember this one?
What do you all know about that war in Iraq? Talk, you, because your dad is military. Talk. It's a senseless war. And by the way, Kathy, the person that you're picking for president said that our troops could stay in Iraq for another 100 years if they need to. So that means your daddy could stay in the military for another 100 years.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it really seems okay to support McCain and her class. There are new indoctrination clips out now. One shows our kids literally singing the praises of President Barack Obama. I'll show those to you next with an update on them. But first, a message from Goldline. You see the headlines last week? China is leading the way in talks to reconsider the dollar as the reserve currency. The country wasn't too long ago buying up all of our debt. Suddenly, it is leading the charge in talks to create a new framework to battle this global financial emergency. We have issued between $6 and $7 trillion in debt by the end of this fiscal year. How long is that going to last? A new framework? The dollar is under attack? The one way you can protect yourself from all of this is by buying gold. It is what I do. I get my gold from Goldline. They've been in business since 1960. Call 866-GOLDLINE or visit goldline.com. Our economy is very fragile, and the last thing we want to happen is to get caught off guard. Be prepared. Be prepared. You've seen all the spendings. Do you really think we can sustain this? What's going to change things? Until you have that answer, call 866-GOLDLINE and find out if gold is right for you. 866-GOLDLINE or goldline.com. All right. Now, it's getting kind of tough, at least for me, to keep up with all the indoctrination videos. First, there was this one, The Story of Stuff. It's being shown in thousands of schools. Over 600,000 educators have reportedly watched this video. 7,000 schools, churches, and other groups have ordered copies of the DVD. And it's not only anti-capitalist, but it's wildly inaccurate. The link on the whole video is on glennbeck.com, but here is an example of what is in this video.
In the United States, we have less than 4% of our original forests left.
Wow, 4% of our original forests left. So you're telling me that the trees from Adam and Eve, the ones, that they ate from, no longer there? What a surprise. She kind of ignores the fact that you can replant trees, and we do. That forest levels have actually increased 14 million acres. That video is filled with inaccuracies like that one. Here's another wonderful lesson some lucky elementary school kids in New Jersey got to learn. This one should disturb everybody. It should horrify every Republican, Democrat, and Independent. It doesn't matter. I don't care if you're a Whig. Can we all agree that this type of indoctrination, no matter what the political leaning, should not be tolerated in schools? Do you know they wanted to make George Washington the king? They wanted to name him a king. He said no. Mr. President is enough for me. What are we headed towards? There is one piece of good news around all these stories. It's where we got these stories. Watchdogs. They sent the video in. They didn't rely on the fringe media to find this stuff for them because they're not looking for them. You need to look out for yourself. You keep looking for this stuff because if you don't, if you get lazy, well, I hope you think Obama is a good-looking guy because his mug will start popping up on statues and giant billboards everywhere. You know things are not right. You know it in your gut. You keep looking, you keep sending it to us. We'll follow up on it as much as we can for as long as we can. before I leave you, I just wanted to say this. I told this story last week on the air. It's about a book I read a few years ago called The Gift of Fear. In it, it talks about dogs. Everybody always says when somebody, is killed by somebody or steals from somebody, whatever it is, oh, my dog knew. Oh, yeah, little Muffy knew. Your dog is no smarter than you are. Dogs don't have the one gift that you have that actually, in times when you really need it, turns out to be a curse. And that's the gift of fear. Dogs don't second guess themselves. They get a gut feeling something's not right with this person, and they go with it. We need to pay attention to that gift of fear more often. It's not just your first opinion. I think it's your second and third opinion. Something's not right. Prepare yourself. Stay alert. Help me inform the rest of America. Become a watchdog. You can find out all the details at glennbeck.com. Thanks.